be coming through. Coming through. We be coming through.
Welcome back, YouTube viewers. I'm Bird, this is Gutter, and we're here with another Worst
Movies
on
Netflix. Yay. And our movie this week is Nazis at the Center of the Earth.
Yes!
With a title like that, we had to watch it. We just had to.
Yeah, it's starring Jake Busey, Horse Teeth himself.
Dominique Swain.
From
Face Off. I think she was in Face Off. Because once again, I don't care enough about this movie to put any time or research into it.
Yeah, this movie wants me to take my face off. Thank you, Nicolas Cage.
Oh man, this film, from the beginning, you know it's bad when it's an asylum film. And asylum films... Whew, they're some of the worst of the worst.
Mm-hmm.
So the plot of this stinker of a movie is these scientists, I think they're some kind of scientists, they're all doctors of some sort.
Yeah, some sort.
And they're in Antarctica doing some kind of science-y crap, I don't think they get too much into it, and then they get kidnapped by, get this, Dr. Mangala and a group of Nazis that are still alive.
Because
in the center of the earth.
Because they're taking like the bodies of people and
they're taking their faces,
skins and hearts and lungs and whatever. Yeah, their face off.
These Nazis replace their skin and organs to stay alive. That's the big. It's not big. It's nothing. That's what they do. These replace their skin and organs to stay alive. So if you're wondering, well, how are there Nazis still alive in the center of the earth?
Yeah.
In 2011.
Try to figure out what Jake.
They take their faces off. And these scientists are supposed to be in Antarctica and stuff, but they're wearing way inadequate gear to be in Antarctica. They're wearing those little thin, like,
men's
gloves.
only jackets,
Members only jackets. Yeah, but like those gloves you used to have back in the day, they were like knit cloth, knit. That's what they were wearing in Antarctica. And light parkas.
Light parkas.
Light parkas.
Yep. We gotta talk about the CGI truck.
Oh yeah,
the cat thing they were driving.
The CG in this movie is the worst I've ever seen in a movie. The original Tron was 1,000 times better than this. It's bad. The snow cat thing they have, bad.
Snowcat / Chevy looking truck thing, whatever.
The center of the earth cave, bad.
Very bad.
Bad. All around bad.
I love the fact that that there's supposed to be like this big giant Nazi uprising, but there's only two soldiers. Two soldiers and then CGI the rest of them. They have two soldiers the whole time. Every time you see them in a room, two soldiers, that's it. They're probably the same fucking ones every single cutscene. Two soldiers. They sucked the chick's vagina with a vacuum cleaner. Busey did. He put a vacuum cleaner hose into a woman's vagina and sucked out the little Busey that was inside. And she was screaming and shit, and he was just sitting there all like dangly teeth and all. That's fucking weird.
Speaking of Jake Busey, he's the most talented actor in this movie.
Yeah.
That's not saying much.
That's not saying much at all.
Because, he's okay. He's adequate most of the time, but there's some times he just straight up sucks.
Yeah.
On the level of like the other actors suck, because the other actors in this movie are fucking awful.
Horrid.
These Nazis have laser guns. Fucking laser guns.
Star Trek laser guns.
How the fuck did these Nazis get motherfucking laser guns?
Yeah, I love how intelligent they're supposed to be, where they build this big ship and they build these high-powered weapons, But they can't take somebody's face off properly, and They can't take the face off properly, and they can't defeat a couple weakling dudes and a couple
scientists, doctors.
Yeah. Right? Try to figure out what Jake Busey's name is in that movie. It's supposed to be some
Rumgarden.
Rumgarden.
Rumstein.
Rumstalken. I don't know. He kept changing it every time. Rumstein.
This movie, not the highest on our list, but it was a 3-sitting movie. Not a 5.
Yeah.
Not a 1.
It was because, you know what kept us interested at the very, very end?
The very end, like the last 15 minutes. Oh wait, no, let's not even get into that right now. We'll get into that in a little bit. And they have what we think is a brain juice powered cappuccino machine.
Yeah, basically.
But it doesn't work when they inject the brain juice, so that's where the whole abortion comes in that Bird was talking about.
Yeah.
So then they turn it into an abortion powered cappuccino machine. But wait!
There's more.
It wasn't a cappuccino machine. It was some kind of vessel holding Hitler's head.
Dun dun dun.
And once they put the aborted Busey
Busey juice
into the cappuccino machine that held Hitler's head, it turned into Robo Hitler.
Yes, Robo Hitler.
And I'm pretty sure I saw this on Futurama back in the day, but it was Hitler's head in a glass jar on top of a robot. It's great.
It's awesome because like his head, you see it, his head's sometimes CGI, but then when you see it up close, he's just like, hey, just making his stupid face the whole time. Then he says a couple things, like.
Dies gestagen haben.
Es heißen sagen schnell gehen.
This movie was funnier than Awesomus Maximus, and it wasn't supposed to be, but it was. I laughed more at this movie than I did at Awesomus
How the
Maximus.
fuck do you watch this movie and take it serious at all?
And guess what? They have built a Nazi UFO.
Yes, a big giant Nazi
UFO that drills from the center of the earth and goes up into the sky and fights planes.
He was indestructible, but what took it down, Chuck?
One single solitary grenade. Jack Skellington pulled that grenade, and Busey hugged her. Boom, grenade blows up. Little hole in the side of the ship. Ship goes down.
Well, here's the whole thing about the grenade thing. If you're watching and you're going, wait a minute, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, that's what I was just saying too. Because he hugs her, the blue light appears, and then they both kind of go, oh, into vapor action, whatever. They just disappeared. And then there was a huge hole somehow in the ship, and that brought the ship down. Just a hole. Like, it didn't hit any of the components of the, whatever. I mean, these guys looked fine. They were just like, they looked like they could have flew this plane out of there. But no, they just boo all the way down.
But anyway, after the UFO crashes, surviving Robo Hitler comes out and faces Dominique Swain.
It just looks like Iron Man with like a Hitler head.
Dominique Swain has one of the worst lines ever in movie history in this movie as she's fighting Robo Hitler. It is, you bobble-headed, zombie, Nazi, son of a bitch. Awful. They inject Hitler with some kind of whatever the fuck it was. But how, you ask? Him being a robot and having an all-metal body, might you ask? I don't know, some convenient port on his back. It had no reason, but it was there for them to inject stuff into. Kind of stupid, I would think. Robo Hitler sinks to the bottom of the sea, blah, blah, blah. Dominique Swain and whatever random dude it was that survived are sitting there, blah, blah,
You'll
blah.
never know.
I don't care. It's hot in this room again. So, Bird, tell me, what is your review for this movie?
2 swastikas down.
Mine is 2 faces off. Next week we are going to check out, which is by far my favorite movie that we have done in this whole rigmarole we've done.
That's right, and I found it.
Bird picked it. It is a gem. I mean, a fucking gem. It is 1994's Dinosaur Island. Directed by Fred Olen Ray and Jim Wynorski. If any of you people out there know these names, and even if you don't, you should. So, for Bird and Gutter here, this has been the worst movies on Netflix. Dinosaur Island has lots of tits.
Lots of titty. Welcome to Master Bates Theatre. I'm Mr. Bates, your host for Master Bates Theatre. And today we're going to watch Horsetooth Jake Busey and some other cunt in a movie that no one will ever see, ever. Thank you for watching Master Bates Theatre.
Horrible face.
So you admit it, you're okay with me calling women whores and cunts and bitches.
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Alright. You're a whore, cunt, and a bitch. Like shakara, 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 babe, 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 shakara, shakara, babe, babe. Die! Die! That's what I was screaming during this film. It was like, and I'm like, stop it! Good job. We will shoot you in the face. Why? Hey, heißen sagen schnell gehen. Oh,
I'm me.
Jake Busey needs to file his teeth down. I mean, look, I've seen people with big teeth, but Jesus Christ, dude. That's where your career goes. Jake Busey, say hello to the O'Connell brothers. You guys suck balls. I'm pregnant. He's like, ooh, and she's just like, you know, and then Juicy Buse came out. Oh my God, Jake Busey turned to the dark side. He's German. I mean, Jesus Christ, I'd smack you in the face. Fuck you, George Bush. You suck. I just love Hitler's face.
But wait!
There's more. Jesus.
What's your rating for this movie, Bird?
2 sick hells down. No, I can't.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of fucked up.